Okay, let's get these grilled onions on. We're gonna throw a little olive oil on the Blackstone. We got this at low heat. I'm a big proponent of turning the heat higher as we go. We don't need to start it high. You wanna control the heat on your griddle. And it's better to know where the heat is and it's coming from. So we're gonna put a little olive oil down. We're gonna put our grilled onions down. And then we're going to hit it with our Kinder's caramelized onion butter. That thing is amazing. So we're gonna hit that with that, get that on there as well. Get a nice generous helping of that. And then what I like to do is we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little more olive oil on top of those onions. Get it nice and saturated. Then we just toss them. Just like that. Get them all mixed together. We're gonna grill it on the right side because we're gonna do our patties on the left side. So we get that all mixed together. What we want out of these is we want very translucent onions, grilled onions on our patty melt, because that's a traditional patty melt. A traditional patty melt's got the onions, you got the burger, you got the Thousand Island, you got the rye bread, you got it all. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, the onions are cooking. Let's get the patty melts cooking. We got 80-20 beef. We're gonna put olive oil on this left side of our griddle. We got that still on warm. We're not going too crazy there. We got our onions over here. We gotta pay attention to all of it. Let's get our olive oil here so that our patties don't stick. And then we got four 4-ounce, 5-ounce balls. So we're gonna put those right here on the griddle. Get that sizzle. Right there. And right there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it with the Kinder's blend salt, pepper, and garlic right here. We're gonna do that. We're gonna put that on top first. We don't need to go too crazy with the seasoning here. Just get it on, nice there. And then we're gonna take our parchment paper, we're gonna lay that down right on, kind of like doing a smash burger, but we're doing a patty melt. So get that nice and flat. And the goal here is to make sure that that is big enough to cover the entire bread. That's the goal. You go flat, do it each way. You got your parchment paper, you got your press, or your smasher, depending on how technical you are. We're just making those big enough to fit on the bread. Make sure nice and smashed. You can also heat up your press on the griddle and cut out the parchment paper if you like. Some people do that. It won't stick if it's heated up, but I've noticed that by the 4th burger or patty melt, it does start to stick. But look at those, nice and flat. That's gonna fit on our bread. So that's gonna be perfect. Let's get these onions still flipping. They're good, they're still cooking. We turned up the heat a little bit to medium to kind of kick it up on this right side. That's why I like having 4 burners on a griddle. It makes it super nice. But they are almost done. They're nice and getting that translucent look. It's really clean, and we got our spices in there. They're gonna taste phenomenal. You guys are gonna like them. Okay, let's go ahead and flip these burgers. Oh yeah, look at that graceful flip. It's good. Yeah, those are cooked. Look at that, they don't take very long. That's what I'm saying, on a griddle, the one thing on here is just knowing your zones and knowing the heat. And I know this part of my grill is hotter than this part of my grill and this part of my grill. So we got them nice and cooked here. We got a couple more minutes on that, and then we're gonna make our patty melts all together. You gotta put our rye bread, our Swiss, our Thousand Island, we're gonna put it all together for you. Get these onions off. They are finally done. Oh, they are good to go. Those are gonna taste good, especially with that Kinder's, man. That Kinder stuff, I love it. I think it's good. And then we're gonna get our rye bread done over here as well. So we got that. Onions are done. Our burger patties are done now, so we're gonna go ahead and get those off. I don't need to pull those off for TikTok. All right, get those off there. We're gonna make our patty melt. We're gonna get some of this grease off here first, clean up the griddle a little bit, and then we're gonna make our patty melts right here on the griddle. Let's make our melts right here on the griddle. So you gotta have rye bread, step 1. So we're making 4. So we'll put our low here, right, 1 there, 3, and 4. That's gonna be our base. Now our griddle's on low heat because you don't wanna overcook this and burn your bread. So then you're gonna take traditional Thousand Island, because that's what goes on a patty melt. We're gonna put that in on each of them. And spread that all through. Here we go. All right, get that all spread on there. I use a spoon to spread. Leave a comment down below if you use a spoon to spread. I think that's the only way to spread anything is with a spoon. Never use a knife. So we got that all spread. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our burger patties on. So we got one there, one there. And it's good because you can see the meat is almost as big as the bread. And that's what you want with a patty melt. You don't want your burger to be super small so it gets lost in the sea of rye. You don't want that. You don't want that. And then you top it off with Swiss cheese. That's what goes on a traditional patty melt, just like that. So put that on, and I know what you're thinking, oh, we forgot the onions. We didn't forget the onions. The onions go on last. So we're gonna put those on. And of course, I gotta have one kid in the house who doesn't like onions. So that's the kid that doesn't get onions. So she doesn't get a traditional one. She gets a patty melt mess minus onions. I don't know how that works. So put the onions on. Good. Perfect. And then we're gonna put our tops on. And actually, I might put a little bit more onion on there because you know what? It's a patty melt. You gotta have a little bit more. Put that on there. Yeah. That burned me. Yep, burnt my hand right on the grill. Don't touch the griddle. Okay, there we go. All right, let's put our top on. Push it down, make sure we got it good. It's all touching, all getting toasty. Remember, it's on low. We don't want a high temperature here. There we go. We're gonna let that toast for a few minutes and then we're gonna flip and then we're gonna eat. Let's get these flipped. They should come over a golden brown. Oh yeah, that's what we want right there. That's a traditional patty melt with that rye bread. Yeah, we like that. Look at that, getting all toasty. Mmm, yep. And that's what we want to see. So we're gonna get that on the other side as well. I'm gonna give that for a few minutes. And get that nice and toasty rye bread with that Swiss cheese, the onion, the beef. And leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you a patty melt person? Or are you a hamburger person? Because like I said, tonight in my house, we're fighting that argument. I'm a patty melt guy. This is what we're doing. Tonight we're trying to solve the debate of hamburger versus patty melt, and this cook is a lot of fun. If you enjoy recipes like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Of course, hit the like button. Turn that little bell on. That notifies you when more recipes come out. Let's get back to these patty melts. These are done. They're golden brown on each side. It's about 4 to 5 minutes, guys, total. So let's get them off and let's try these because I am having some mouth-watering moments over here and I want to try this patty melt. So and we got the one for the daughter with no onion, which is not a patty melt. It's a sad melt is what it really is. So let's go over here and try these. All right, let's cut this bad boy open. This thing is ready to go. Oh yeah, nice and creamy. Let's look inside and see if we get a surprise. Oh, we got the cheese pull apart with the onions. That patty melt, that's ready to go. Let's try this bad boy. It looks good. I'm excited. Mmm. That was dialed. What I said there was dialed. So good. The meat, perfectly seasoned because I did it. But this thing's amazing. And guys, you want more stuff like this? Go ahead and click or touch the screen now for these 2 other recipes, and I'll catch you in the next cook.